You ever have one of those dreams that feels so real, you can almost taste it? But, there's always that one little thing, or maybe a big thing, that's standing in your way. Well, today we're going to talk about something that can either build those dreams or turn into a total nightmare. And we're going to do it by following the story of this one guy.
So meet Leo. Leo's dream? Oh man, it smells like sizzling garlic and fresh basil. See, he wants to open his own food truck. He's got the recipes down, he's got the passion, he's even got the perfect name picked out. He has everything but, well, the actual truck. So, Leo is on a mission. He can already picture it, right? The long lines of happy customers, the 5-star reviews lighting up his phone. But he very quickly smacks right into a very common, very solid brick wall.
And that's the thing, isn't it? The truck, all the kitchen equipment, the permits, it all adds up. And Leo's savings account, let's just say it's not quite ready for a dream of this magnitude. So he feels stuck, totally confused. You start to wonder, how does anyone ever get started? This is where Leo's real education begins. See, he thought he just needed money. But what he's about to find out is that what he really needs is to understand this whole world of debt. Okay, so Leo walks into a bank. The loan officer seems nice enough, and she uses a term he's never really thought about before, secured loan. She says they can give him the money for the truck, but the truck itself becomes the guarantee. They call it collateral. Basically, if he can't pay them back, they can just come and take the truck. For them, it's safe. For Leo, it feels a little scary. Then, a few days later, a letter shows up, a pre-approved credit card offer. And this one calls itself unsecured, no collateral needed. At first, Leo's thinking, this is great, way less risky for me. But then he squints at the fine print, and oh yeah, the interest rate is way higher. It hits him. Since the bank doesn't have a truck to take back, they charge him a lot more to cover their own risk. So this is the choice he's staring at, side by side. On one hand, you've got secured debt. You put up something valuable as a guarantee, like the truck, and in return, you usually get better rates. On the other hand, there's unsecured debt. No guarantee, so the lender is just trusting you, and they make you pay for that risk with higher interest. Leo's starting to get it. Debt isn't just one simple thing. It's this trade-off between risk and cost. And man, this whole decision is really weighing on him. He's not sleeping right, he's feeling anxious, a little frustrated, even snapping at his friends. He's learning firsthand that debt isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's emotional. It's this heavy burden you carry around. That feeling of stress, of being completely overwhelmed, it's a very, very real side effect of owing money. Feeling all this pressure, Leo starts looking around and it dawns on him. He's not alone in this, not even close. He starts wondering, if this is so stressful for just one guy with one food truck, what does it look like for, everyone, for the whole world? And that's when he realizes his personal problem is just one tiny piece of a massive global puzzle. I mean, just look at that number. That's $346 trillion. It's a number so big your brain can't even really process it. But according to the Institute of International Finance, that's more or less the total amount of debt in the world. Suddenly, Leo's little food truck loan feels really, really small. And what's wild is, it's a trend that's only going up. Global debt is at a record high. And this isn't just people like Leo trying to buy food trucks. This is everybody. It's households, it's giant corporations, it's entire governments borrowing money to pay for everything from new roads to just their daily operations. It kind of seems like everyone is in debt. So how do you even know if a whole country has too much debt? Well, economists use this thing called the debt to GDP ratio. Just think of it like this. It compares all the money a country owes to all the money it makes in a year. It's basically a financial health checkup for a nation. Just like Leo's trying to figure out his own personal budget, whole countries have to figure out if they can actually afford what they owe. And the deeper Leo digs, the more he realizes that this whole system of borrowing and lending, it's not new. Not at all. In fact, it's one of the oldest ideas in all of human history. I mean, seriously, this is not a modern problem. We've found records of debt from Sumerian farmers from over 5,000 years ago. The ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle was debating whether it was even moral. The invention of coins around 600 BCE didn't create debt, it just made it easier to count. For thousands of years, we've been wrestling with the exact same idea that Leo's trying to figure out right now. And here's the part that really blows his mind. We all think it goes, first there was barter, then money, then credit and debt. But according to the anthropologist David Graeber, it was actually the other way around. The idea of owing someone something, a debt, a favor, a promise, that existed long before we ever had shiny coins to settle up. Our entire social fabric is basically built on these promises.
And with all this new info swirling in his head, the bank, the credit card, those insane global numbers, the ancient history, something finally just clicks for Leo. All the pieces start to come together. And that's when he finally gets it. When you strip everything else away, debt is just a promise. That's it. It's an obligation to pay back what you borrowed. It's a formal way of saying, I believe in my own future enough to borrow from it right now. And that right there, that changes everything for Leo. He stops seeing debt as this terrifying burden that's going to crush him. He starts to see it for what it is, a tool. A really powerful and, yeah, a kind of risky tool, but a tool that can turn a future dream, like a beautiful, shiny food truck, into his reality today. So, armed with this new understanding, Leo knows he can take control of this thing. He talks it all over with a friend he trusts. He makes a clear, achievable plan for his loan payments. And he knows that if the stress ever gets to be too much, there are professionals he can talk to. He's not lost anymore. Because in the end, that's what Leo really learned. The loan, it isn't just a promise to the bank. It's a promise he's making to his future self. A future where he's his own boss, serving amazing food that he loves to people who love it. And that kind of leaves us all with a question, doesn't it? Whether it's for a house or for an education or for a crazy dream like a food truck, debt is a tool we use to build a future. So the only real question is, what promise will your debt fulfill?